Indian country as a whole, and it is important to do this. It's important for me to stand here in front of you and give you the situation I face. It's also important for me to acknowledge my relations. We may be in Utah, they're in Colorado, but throughout history, our blood has crossed. Through tradition, I'm a Unca but I guarantee our bloodlines have intermingled for all time immemorial. So what happens to us, it happens to us all. So with that, right now, like I stated, we're in a fight. There's Congress, there's this gentleman named Rob Bishop. You who've been in Utah know them guys get kind of crazy. You guys might be a little more laid back here in Colorado. But the simple fact is, they can't beat us through courts. Them days are gone. They can't take the way they used to. So that way they beat us is the same way they removed us from here, through Congress, through legislation. But as long as we're just fighting by ourselves, this is a big world. This is a big country. It requires people not just from our neck of the woods, but from Colorado, from the Dakotas, from Wyoming, because in all them states are Indian people, Indian tribes, sovereign nations. Everybody assumes that Native American, and to me, that kind of is interesting because I'm not a Native American, I'm Ute. That's who we are, we're Ute. We don't mean to come across heavy-handed, but sometimes with our statements. But I wanted you to know that we are thankful for this opportunity. It's been a long time since our people have come back here. I have quite a few Uncle Pogri band members from my place here. I don't know if they've been here before, but it was ironic because driving here, it's similar to where I live now in some ways. The southern part of our reservation, though, land which they're after, is just like this. Mountains, meadows, full of elk, full of deer. The hardship to leave once, you get over it over time. But to have that attempted to happen again, that's a hard one to overcome. So we chose to stand, we chose to fight. And we hope that if you're able to support us, you can. But with that, I'd like to turn the time over to Councilman Ignacio.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here, and always have to give credit to the Creator for making this path open for all of us as Indian people. Sometimes it's hard, but we understand hardship, and we're okay with that. But when it continues to happen, and it's done in such a way that it's unlawful, it's illegal, it hurts. But we know how to fight, like my colleague said here, and we're taking that position. And my grandparents, some of them were from this area, some of them were born over here. The Uncompahgres extended from Colorado Springs all the way to Moab in different bands. But yet we had relatives with the Bino Nuch, We're all the same. We share the same language. We intermarried with one another. We still do. I have a sister here who's married to a Weemanuch. She's been down there for a long time. But we're here. We were sent here. We were sent here by our membership, by our council to ask you for help in this fight that we're engaged in. This fight is taking our now homelands and dissolving our ownership of those lands and turning them into public lands under the disguise of federal lands. And all reservations are federal lands. But I want you to know they're not public lands. They're our home. Even though the Uncapagres moved there, that's their home now. That's how they feel about it. They've had 3 generations to bury their loved ones over there. So it's home. But this is home too. My dad and my grandfather, they always used to talk about this place over here. And I used to laugh at them because I used to say, "Do you guys ever be over there?" And they say, "No, we never went over there." But they knew all about this country. They had different names for all these mountains around here. So, like I said, I'm grateful to be here. But like I said, we have some important business to take care of. And one of them is House Bill 3764. And it's Rob Bishop's way of wanting to take sovereignty away from native tribes and put it back under Congress for them to decide what's good for native people. This is an attack on sovereignty. We are sovereign nations. We have that right to exist as sovereign people. His attack on us and our homelands is House Bill 5780, which is the Utah Public Lands Initiative. And we need your help in fighting this battle. And he's even and Rob Bishop, I don't know if you know that much about him, but he is the in charge of what in the heck is he in charge of? He is the chairman of the Natural Resource Department. Well, all natives fall under that heading. We're under the Natural Resource Department. But I'm okay with that. I could be natural. But he's working so hard. Like the chairman said, we beat them 7 times in court cases. They changed their tactics on us this past year and came at us legislatively. And so here we are, and I'm asking for your help in helping us wage this fight, because we need your help. So if we're serious about reconciliation, if we're serious about healing, well, it's a good day to start. Thank you.
I'll say one more thing, I told Art it would be too long. We've been talking too much. What I want you to understand is, people need to understand us as a people, as a nation, as Utes, whatever now we belong to. We're not caught as far as, we're not what the books makes us sound. Our history continues to live. Our culture continues to thrive. And there's going to come a time when society society understands that the first peoples, us, first keepers of the land, might know a few things that could benefit all of them. The one thing I think that we're all taught growing up is don't be prideful. Sometimes pride gets in your way. I know in my youth, pride was always in my way. But to come here and ask for help isn't being or begging. It's because I look at you, I heard what the statement was said, so I at least extend my hand out to you. But we as the Ute people of Utah, whatever happens, it will happen. We'll survive, we'll do what we have to do. But earlier today I said the thing is up at the ski resort area, it was a time of healing. It's kind of hard to come here and talk about a time of war. It's kind of contradictory to the purpose of this meeting. But you have to understand, it is what it is, and us as leaders have no choice but to do what we have to do, so we stand. But remember, it's not you I'm fighting. It's the way I'm being treated. So with that, once again, we thank you. I think all the travel leaders have made it too. I hope you guys have a good night. So, thank you.
Yep.